another day for a great new recipe here at Saltiness Isn't Bliss. So let's make some stuffed tomatoes. We want to start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees, and we want to have some fresh tomatoes on hand that have been washed. These are tomatoes on the vine. I love these because they're very easy to work with and they're just the right size. You can use any style tomato you like. Some of you may even grow your own tomatoes, even better. We want to just make sure that whatever tomato you're working with today can stand up all on its own, not something that's going to be wobbly or falling over. So as long as it can stand up, we're in good shape. So I am going to remove the vine off of my tomatoes here. I'm going to work with 4. Again, you can use as few or as many as you like, and then just tweak the ingredients as need be. So the first step we want to do with our tomatoes is we're just going to cut from top to bottom with the tomato on its side and just remove the top. So I'm going to just do that quick. So we just want to take about that much off and just have it be nice and smooth straight across on the top. Repeat those steps with the rest of our tomatoes, then we'll move on to scooping out the inside. Okay, so I've got all the tops of my tomatoes removed, so now we want to just take a spoon. I love working with this spoon that has the flat side, and just scoop it down in there. And I may need to use my knife to kind of help, but I'm just going to try with the spoon to go all the way around, loosen that up a little bit, and then get underneath it. We want to try to keep the side of the tomato intact, so yeah, I'm going to use my knife just to help loosen that up so I'm not damaging the side of the tomato, which I'm going to need to stay intact because we're going to stuff all these delicious ingredients down in there. And then we want to just, no, that didn't do it either. There we go, that's better. We want to just scoop that out. And as we scoop it out, we're going to discard what we scoop out in there. So we want a nice hollow shell of a tomato in there to hold all of our tasty ingredients. Right, so your prepped tomato should look something like this. So we've removed all the flesh out of there, and also we want to get all of our loose seeds out of there as well, and just have this nice hollowed out tomato that is ready and waiting for us to mix up all our ingredients and then stuff our tomato with. So we just want to repeat those steps until all our tomatoes look like this one, and then we'll be ready to mix up our ingredients. All right guys, all of my tomatoes are prepped and ready to go. So our next step, just like you saw in my stuffed pepper video, is we're gonna put a little drop of olive oil down inside each tomato. Okay, more than a drop, so now I'm gonna share that with the other ones since I got way too much in there. And so we're gonna put some olive oil down in there, use our fingers, and just kind of spread that around. So we've got that nice layer of oil down inside our tomato. And then we can just set those aside. Okay, so now that we've got all our tomatoes prepped and ready to go, now comes the fun part where we are gonna add all our tasty ingredients in a bowl, mix them all together, and then stuff our tomatoes. So we're gonna start with 1 tablespoon of melted unsalted butter. Going in the bowl there. 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. 1/3 a cup of grated parmesan cheese. 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. I go with the panko, those are the low sodium. 1/8 a teaspoon of black pepper. If you don't have black pepper, any kind of pepper will do. And then 1 teaspoon of dried basil. You can always use fresh, of course. And last, 1 garlic clove that we are going to mince. I've got a real nice sized clove here, so that should give me a real nice amount of garlic in my bowl. There it is pre-mixed. Now we just want to mix that up. Blend all those tasty ingredients together. All right, so there it is, all nice and blended. You want to have any style dish that can go in the microwave that we're going to set our tomatoes into. And And now we're just gonna stuff them. So we're gonna grab our first one, drop our ingredients down in there. Very similar to when you're stuffing peppers. I like to use my spoon to kind of push everything down, pack it in there so I can get a little bit more in there and utilize all that whole bowl of ingredients. And so we've got a nice little layer of cheese kind of hanging out right on top of that tomato. Repeat those steps until you've used up your whole bowl of ingredients and all your tomatoes are full. Then we will pop these in the oven, preheated oven, for about 15 minutes. All right, just came out of the oven. Let's get a fork in there and see what that is all about. Now, I am a tomato lover, so I am looking forward to eating the tomato and everything inside. Hubby hates tomatoes. And so my plan to get him to try one is to scoop out all that cheesy goodness that is down in the tomato so that he can enjoy it, but maybe without the tomato, maybe with crackers, bread, something else, or just by itself. So if you have non-tomato lovers in the house, no worries. You can still make this and you can still scoop out your stuffing once it's fully cooked and piping hot out of the oven, and just they can still enjoy it without the tomato aspect, because we didn't add any of the flesh, we didn't add the seeds down in there into our mixture, so they won't have to worry about eating and chewing any of that while they're eating their stuffed tomato. So thanks so much for watching. See you next time.